Hello everyone, welcome to Songwriting 101 with me, Cloudy Galvez. Now, last week we were looking about mental health and we were talking about mindfulness in songwriting and how you can use those types of techniques to improve your practice. And so this time I figure we'll do something a little bit more practical to get those creative juices flowing a little bit better. So we're going to talk today about the concept of minor replacement. So if you already know what this is, bear with me. But for people who don't know what a minor replacement is, it's basically where you take a chord in your sequence and you replace it with a minor chord, right? So it's not that tricky of a concept to grasp, not really. So let's put it into practice. Say we have a chord progression that's like C. We're going to say C, F, G. We'll do our nice 1, 4, 5, something easy that people can follow. So it's normally going to sound like this, right? This is our C, that's our F, there's our G, and back to 1. 1, 4, 5, 1. Okay? Now let's play around with some minor replacements. So the super common one that most people tend to do is replacing the fourth chord with a minor chord. So instead of playing F major, we're going to try it with F minor now instead. So this is what that's going to sound like. Totally different vibe to it now, right? Before we had this 1, 4, 5, 1. Now let's go for the minor. So totally different vibe just by replacing that from a major to a minor chord, nice and easy. So the 4 one is really super common. You hear that quite a lot in music these days. So let's see and do it on a 5 chord instead. So we have 1, 4, 5. If we take this 5 chord and make it minor, we're going to get a completely different vibe again. So let's see how this sounds in the chord progression. So you have 1, 4, now minor 5. So I'll play it again. So totally different vibes there straight away. It's a super easy, quick thing that you can do, and it will help you to get a bit of a different flavor within your songwriting. Now, it's not the only thing we can do to get different vibes. What you can also do is get rid of one of those chords and replace it with what's called the relative minor. So to find your relative minor to whatever major chord it is, you need to figure out what the 6th note in that major scale is going to be. So let's do it in C, because a lot of people are comfortable with C. If our C scale is going to be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, right? So if we're going to count to 6 while we do that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our relative minor to C major is going to be A minor, because that's the 6th note of the C major scale. Now, how do I put this in context with my chord progression? Well, we need to identify which chord we're going to be replacing. So let's go back to that 4 chord. We're going to say F. That's our 4th chord in a 1, 4, 5 progression in C. F major there. So we're going to take that F and we're going to completely replace it with the relative minor. So let's find that out. So F is 1, G is A, G is 2, A is 3, B flat's 4, C is 5, D is our 6th note in the F major scale, which means the relative minor to our F major chord is going to be D minor. So let's put our D minor within that sequence. I was about to say fragrance, don't know why there. So let's try C, D minor, G, and see what kind of an effect that's going to have. Again, a slightly different vibe. We're putting tension in a place where we didn't used to have it. We used to have this nice, even, stable toned chord, and now we've got tension there. So that's a strange one. We can do the same thing with our G chord in this context. We can take our 5 chord and we can make it into its relative minor to add an extra sense of tension there. So let's first work it out. What's our G scale? G, A, B, C, D. We're going to have an E there, right? So we're going to, well, I played the E flat though because I was still in G minor mode, but we're going to do an E. That's going to be our relative minor to a G major chord. So let's try this now with a C. We're going to have F. Now we're going to have E minor and then back to C. Totally different vibe again. So there's so many ways that you can take minor chords, throw them in your chord progression to create a bit of a different vibe. But really, you're looking to use this to create variation. So great songs are made up of varying sections, and this is one way to do it. Say our first little bit of the song's going C, C, F minor, G. Now, if we want to create a bit of a variation, we can go C, E minor, F major, to the C again, and we can just keep switching it around. What about the F major to a G minor? And now, what about a good old 1-4-5 to finish it off? So that's just one way you can create tension and resolution within your progressions by using major and minor chords in different places, namely by using minor replacement. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. That is all for today. We're going to find out a little bit more about how to create tensions and resolutions in next lesson, which is going to be on Wednesday. So Wednesday in the afternoon, join me again and we'll be doing another quick songwriting tip. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you later. Bye.